Today, Airgunner and Airgun World magazine technical editor Phill is going to answer some big questions about pellets. Thanks to discovering the near as damn it most perfect material to represent flesh available to man, he's been able to compare pellet weight, power, shape and size under Blue Peter conditions. And today he's going to make you think twice, maybe even 3 times before choosing that pellet for that particular gun. Let's start with the magic medium.
I've shot into wood, into paper, into plasticine, into fruit and all sorts of things. And after 30 years of searching, I came across a professional modelling product called terracotta wax. And that seems to have the same effect on a pellet in terms of expansion and so on as shooting through flesh. As they hit the wax, the pellet goes through, the wax makes a cavity, and then we can pour in some plaster of Paris, which when it goes hard leaves you with a solid plug that you can compare. Believe it or not, these 3 are all from 12 foot-pound guns, but look at the difference in what they will do. Would you like a teeny tiny weeny little hole, or would you like a great big hole? And the logic being, if a rabbit's brain, its skull, is something like 30 millimeters across, would you like to deposit all your energy inside the skull, or would you like it to make a tiny hole, zoom off downrange, clip a few blades of grass? What good does that do you? Now, you could go to a 2.5, sure, it's a massive, massive cavity, that's great, but they're not accurate enough at range. So I learned 177 is by far the easiest calibre to shoot accurately. What happens if you're not perfect though? Wouldn't you rather have that kind of performance than that?
OK, now we know what to shoot into, let's compare and contrast. First up is the heavy Bisley Magnum compared with a lighter RWS pellet.
And that's a very heavy pellet. It's got a lot of momentum, so as it hits the wax, it still wants to drive through. It's not decelerating very much. This is the core made by the exact opposite. That's the RWS Super H point. Lightweight, so it's arriving very fast, but it's a hollow point design, so it naturally decelerates very, very rapidly. And you can see just in the shape difference between the two, this has dumped all its energy. If you look at the exit holes, they're really quite similar. But which one do you think has deposited most energy? Lighter pellets are better killers, and we want clean kills, so that's what I shoot now.
177 and 22 are traditionally more popular in the UK than other calibers, so are we missing out? So
here is a 2.0 round nose, often touted as the ultimate pellet. Got to say, that's a pretty small core. This is a 177 woodcutter at the same energy. What do you think?
It's time for some testing, and I hope we are going clearly to see the difference between something like the H&N Terminator and a basic roundhead.
Okay, so what you can see here is on the right, this is my standard test pellet. It's a medium weight 177 roundhead from Air Arms called the Field, one of the best pellets you'll ever buy. This is the new hollow point with a little pip in the middle, and is without doubt the most accurate hollow point I've ever used. For my new Regal, it is seriously, seriously accurate. But what you can see so clearly is the difference in the impact between the two. This is the hollow point. Its exit hole is very small. It's given up all its energy with inside the material. This entry hole is relatively small, but by comparison, the exit hole is still quite large. That tells me it's carried a lot of energy out down range, and depositing the energy inside is what we want. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. You can actually see fragments of lead embedded in the terracotta there, and you can see the shape the rifling land's made inside the cavity. Which I find very interesting, but then I'm like that.
Back to the cores, and time for some FAC results.
So the good thing about the terracotta wax is it allows me to test anything. I mean, this is a low powered, probably about a 9 foot-pound 177, not a very impressive core. How about that? That gets the rabbit's attention. That's a 32 foot-pound 2.2 firing a lead pellet. That really gets their attention.
So, after years moulding wax and casting cores, Phill must have a pretty good idea of what's what.
I've done all this research, I've tested all these different things, I've got boxes and boxes of these cores, and what's my conclusion? Well, here we have the hollow point, or a woodcutter does a fantastic job when it arrives, but to be honest, at long range they're just not accurate enough to be humane, so we need to discount them. The super heavyweight, the Bisley Magnum, very accurate, carrying lots of energy, but is it using the energy well when it gets there? I'm saying no. So the solution is a middleweight 177 round nose. It's got the best energy retention, it's got the best accuracy, it's got the flattest trajectory, so you are most likely to put it where it belongs, as in properly through the rabbit's brain, but it gives a middle ground. It still gives good terminal performance. Better than this, not as good as this, but it is absolutely the best compromise we've got available to us today. It's also the most accurate pellet you'll buy because it's the one all the competition guys use, so that's where the research goes. So if you want my advice, shoot a middleweight, lead round nose, and it'll be the best thing you can buy.